In this video, we're going to be having a little look at how to calculate the area of the shaded segment. Now, first of all, we're going to have to calculate the area of the sector. So I'm just trying to highlight that to you now. Okay, so that is the sector. Now, have a think about that. It is actually just part of a circle, isn't it? So let's start off by thinking, how do we calculate the area of a circle? Well, that's pi times radius squared. Then, how many degrees are there in a full circle? And that's 360. So if I divide by 360, I'll have the area of just 1 degree, so just a little slither of this sector. And then what I need to do is times by the angle that I'm actually interested in. So in this particular question, I want the area of 30 degrees of that circle. So I'll try to fill in some of this information then to calculate the area of the sector. So it will be pi times, now the radius of this circle, the radius just goes from the edge of the circle to the centre. So the radius in this case is 10. And then, like we've already said, the angle is actually 30. So to calculate the area of the sector, I need to type into my calculator pi times 10 squared divided by 360 and times by 30. And that comes out at 26.17994. Now remember to take plenty of decimal places when you're part way through a calculation. Only round to 1 or 2 decimal places right at the end, because you don't want inaccuracies with your final answer. Okay, so that's the sector. What I need to find now, I'll just note that down, area of sector, and that's what we have here. And then we'll have a look at trying to calculate the area now of this triangle. So if we find the area of the triangle next, now in the front of your exam paper there is a formula for calculating the area of a triangle when you don't have the perpendicular height. So by perpendicular height, what I mean is this line here. So we don't know the height, so we can't do base times height divided by 2. So instead, we're going to have to use the area of a triangle formula found in the front of your exam paper, which is a half of AB sine C. Now, it also gives us a diagram which looks like this, which tells us that the angles are labelled with capital letters and the side lengths are labelled with the lowercase letters that are opposite the angle. Now, in this case, what you'll notice is the C is a capital letter, so therefore we need our angle to be labelled capital C. So if I actually now have a go at labelling this triangle, what I will have to do is put C here, because I need to have an angle for capital C. So that's where capital C is going to go. So lowercase c will be here. And then we can have B and A, whichever way around you want. But I've gone for that. Okay? So all that information was in the front of the book. Now I just need to put in the important information. So for the area of a triangle for this particular case, it's going to be half. Now A we've got as 10, B we've got as 10, and then it's sine, and C we have at 30. And again, it's just a case now of typing that into your calculator. That comes out at 25, whole number. And then we need to think about what we're going to do with these 2 bits of information to calculate the area of the segment, which is the bit that we're after. So we'll just area of triangle equals 25. So what I actually want to calculate is the area of that segment. Now I know that the area of this whole part is 26.17994, and if I take away the area of the triangle, what I will be left with is just the area of the segment. So that's what I need to do. So I need to do 26.17994, take away 25, and it will give me the area of the segment, which must be 1.17994, and then I could round that to any degree of accuracy I need in the question. But don't forget units, because remember we will calculate an area, so it's got to be centimetres squared.